Let's talk about an idea that might just completely change how you see your own life, especially when you're feeling a little lost. It's this thought that you're not behind. You're actually in a place called the neutral zone. So let's dive in and figure out exactly what that means.
So, does this sound familiar? That little voice in the back of your head, the one that whispers that you should be further along by now. You know, that you took a wrong turn somewhere, or you missed some invisible deadline, that it feels like everyone else hit right on schedule.
If you're nodding along right now, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are so not alone in feeling that way. It's an incredibly common feeling, and today we're going to look at a really powerful way to completely reframe it.
Okay, so where does this pressure even come from? Well, most of the time it feels like we're all running some kind of invisible race. A race with no clear finish line. Let's call it the race against nothing.
I mean, society basically hands us this imaginary checklist, right? You gotta hit certain career goals, get married, buy a house, all by a certain age. And then you throw social media into the mix, which is just a constant highlight reel of everyone else supposedly checking off those boxes. It creates this massive illusion that there's only one right way to live, and if you're not on that track, well, you must be failing.
But what if I told you that feeling of being stuck or behind isn't a sign that you've done something wrong? What if it's actually a really important, productive, and even necessary phase of your life? This is where we say, welcome to the neutral zone.
So this idea comes from a transition expert named William Bridges. He said the neutral zone is that in-between space, after one chapter of your life has ended, but the next one hasn't quite started yet. It's not just an empty void of nothingness. It's a really purposeful space to reorient yourself, to figure things out. It's that messy, confusing, but totally essential middle part.
And look, this is the mental shift right here. Feeling behind just makes you feel anxious, like a failure. But reframing that exact same situation as being in the neutral zone, well, that changes everything. Suddenly, you're not stuck anymore. You're in transition. You're reassessing. You're full of potential. See the difference?
And this is the most important part. This pause, this in between, isn't just something you have to suffer through. It actually has a profound purpose. Let's get into why this space is so valuable.
This is where the real work happens. It's where you get to grieve what's over and start to shed an old identity. The person you were in your last job or your last relationship. And doing that clears up space to reassess what you truly want, not what you're supposed to want. And it's in that quiet space, once you clear out the clutter, that brand new ideas and creativity finally have a chance to show up.
I really want you to let this next thought sink in. That feeling of emptiness, of uncertainty, of not knowing what's next, it's not a bug in the system. It's a feature. It's the fertile ground where your next chapter is meant to grow. Trying to rush through it is like trying to skip winter. You'd miss the essential quiet time that's needed before spring can come.
Okay, so understanding the theory is great, but how do you actually live in this space without going crazy? Let's talk about some practical ways to navigate the in-between.
Here are 3 simple things you can do to be in the zone instead of fighting it. First, just surrender to not knowing. Give yourself permission to not have all the answers right now. It's okay. Second, find some kind of temporary structure. This doesn't mean planning your whole life out, but maybe just creating a simple daily routine, like a morning walk or journaling, just to keep you grounded. And third, reconnect with yourself. What did you used to love doing? Try it again. Get curious. This is your time to find out who you're becoming. And here's the cool part. When you actually allow yourself to move through the neutral zone, you don't just go back to where you were before. You emerge from it transformed, and you're ready for a new beginning that's actually aligned with who you are now. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. The neutral zone isn't some detour from your life's path. It is the path. It is the essential bridge connecting the person you used to be to the person you're about to become. And the journey across that bridge is exactly what gets you ready for whatever is next. The poet T.S. Eliot said something that just nails this idea perfectly. He said that endings in our lives, the end of a job, a relationship, whatever, they aren't just sad conclusions. They are the actual starting blocks for what comes next. That feeling of being behind is often just the discomfort of standing at a new starting line you haven't even recognized yet. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Instead of asking, why am I so behind? Try asking yourself this instead. If this confusing time is actually a preparation, what incredible new beginning could my neutral zone be getting me ready for right now?